Pregnant or planning? Get holistic support with 9 and Beyond, your trusted pregnancy companion.
What are the treatments which are available for um, breast cancer and related cancers?
Definitely. So, breast cancer there's like an umbrella of treatments, right? There's something known as multimodality treatment of breast cancer, and we always discuss every case in a multidisciplinary team before we start treatment, after we do surgery, when we get the reports, at every step. And this consists of a surgical oncologist, a medical oncologist, people who give chemotherapy, etc., radiation oncologists, they give radiation. So these are also the different types, modalities of treatment. And it has a pathologist, someone, when you take a tissue out, they look at it under the microscope and tell you that this is cancer, this margin is free, this lymph node is free of cancer. Then you have the radiologist, different from radiation oncologist. They look at the imaging. So when you do a mammogram, they will look at the image and give you a report for it, which tells you that, okay, you have a single lump and not disease everywhere, etc. You even have nuclear medicine experts, which is when you do a PET scan, they look at the PET and they tell you of the disease as well. And very, very importantly, we also have people who are nutritionists. We have counselors, because everyone doesn't take the news in the same way, and it is a big news, right? So we have to, when we look at a patient and we break the bad news, we have to assess them to see, do they need additional talking to, do they need more support to really understand and absorb this news and process it in a way that they can come back next week and start treatment. So we have a lot of supportive staff, and we also have physiotherapists. So after surgery, getting back to as normal as you can. And these are also the different modalities for breast cancer treatment. That is surgery, chemotherapy, hormonal therapy. You have now a lot of newer therapies in the medical field coming in, which is targeted therapy. They look at specific targets on a breast cancer cell and that drug goes and attaches there to sort of down-regulate that particular receptor so that the cells don't divide very fast or don't divide at all. So that, then we have immunotherapy, which is a buzzword nowadays, which sort of rallies or increases your body's own immune reaction to fight the cancer cells. And, all of these things we are incorporating into practice. The more and more new drugs are coming up. When we talk about surgery, and that's why, breast cancer specialist and oncoplastic surgeon, that's the sort of new thing that we are doing, is that we are saving as much breast as we can, because we know now that saving the breast and removing the entire breast in localized disease is absolutely the same in terms of outcome, right? So overall survival, disease-free survival, everything is the same. So why do you want to remove or amputate a body part when you can save the breast? But patient selection is very important. So you have to, at one point of time, be able to say that, yes, even though I can do breast conservation, so this is a candidate for mastectomy. She's got 2 lumps in different areas. There's a lot of skin involvement. This is someone who will not take radiation therapy. So when you do breast conservation, it's called breast conservation surgery or breast conservation therapy. And when you talk about therapy, it includes surgery and radiotherapy, and that is only the complete treatment. Only then is it equal to having a complete removal of the breast, right? So some cases might need mastectomy. And what is the plasty part of it is, in these patients, we are reconstructing the breast using either an implant or their self flaps. And in patients, we are able to now, when we're saving the breast, able to remove larger and larger areas and use different flaps, whether it's from the side, under the wrist, from the back, using plastic surgery techniques, using reshaping the breast, making it smaller, more lifted, doing the same surgery on the opposite side, even if it doesn't have cancer. Of course, a lot of counseling is needed. We talk to patients. A lot of patients are very motivated. They want a good outcome. They want to be able to feel as normal as possible. They want to be confident about their body. And we are getting a lot of patients now who are wanting a reconstruction, who don't want a flat chest, which is also an acceptable decision. Like some people are comfortable with it. They are, if you have a flat chest, You have bras in which you can put a prosthesis and you can still over the clothes. Nobody can tell the difference. That's a personal choice. But there are also patients who don't want to do that, who want their breasts to look and feel as normal as they can. So we are able to reduce one breast while taking out the lump, reduce the other normal side so that it's symmetrical. And you get a little bit of lift, you get a slightly smaller breast, but over the clothes, or you don't have to every morning put in a prosthesis, and all of that. We're able to do other things like wear a bikini or wear a swimming or go just swimming or wear your workout clothes without having to think, oh, what prosthesis will not be suitable for this, what should I wear. It's less thought process, but it's very, very personal. What is important is the oncoplasty, right? First, oncological safety. So you always make sure that we have completely removed the cancer and then we do the plasty part.